When the topic of Minecraft comes up, the internet is generally divided into two camps. One side says Java is the best, while the other says Bedrock is the best. I'm on a third side. That side is that thing called Legacy Console Edition, the most polished, comfortable, and living room version of Minecraft. In other words, the best. Yes, it can be weaker in terms of content compared to Java. Yes, there are no servers. Yes, some things are missing, but that version had a certain feel to it now when I open Minecraft. Sometimes I think I came here to break blocks and build worlds. But somehow the game throws me into a frenzy of economic side tabs, the Minecraft store. Do you want to buy this? This package is available. This is the Deluxe Edition map, skin packs, etc. Minecraft Legacy Console Edition was just a presentation I sat down, opened, played, and left. Greetings, friends. Welcome to the video. Enjoy the video. Now let's start our story from the beginning. The year is 2012. At that time, Minecraft was only available on computers. Its name was Java Edition. Minecraft's creator, NC, says, "Let's release this game on consoles. Let a wider audience play it." Quote, "This makes sense because at that time, not everyone had a computer capable of running Minecraft. But there's a critical problem here. The game is written in Java, and Java is a somewhat laborious language to port to consoles. Because porting a game isn't just a drag-and-drop process. We need to integrate the software. We essentially have to rewrite the game." And that's where 4J Studios comes in. 4J Studios, an independent team in Scotland really, pulls a clutch and rewrites the game in C++, bringing Minecraft to Xbox 360. And do you know what happens next? In the first 24 hours after its release, the game breaks sales records on Xbox Live Arcade. Now you might say Minecraft was already popular, but at that time, this event had a slightly greater impact. Because Minecraft suddenly moves into the living room, to the TV, the couch, the smart screen. Minecraft ceases to be a game we play alone and transforms into something like an indoor activity. You know how some people open FIFA in their homes? Minecraft is turning into something similar. I think the biggest advantage of the console edition was its adaptability. No need to search for servers, enter IP addresses, or deal with version incompatibilities. No need to install mods. If a friend is nearby, you just plug in a second controller and you're done. If you want online, you join Xbox Live. Up to 8 players online multiplayer, up to 4 players split screen. Even today, we don't see such a clean, console-focused experience in every game, unfortunately, because most games are released with the intention of releasing them on consoles. The Legacy Console Edition, however, is a version that emerged with the mindset of, I was born to be released on consoles. And then there's the time the game came out, around Beta 1.6 of the Java Edition. There's no hunger bar. Food heals. The mechanics are simpler, but that simplicity gives the game a unique flavor. Nowadays, sometimes you enter your world in Minecraft and 50 systems hit you in the face within the first 10 minutes. There was nothing like that in the console edition back then. Grind, build, explore, craft. That's it. Yes, updates were delayed, but when they came, they were stable. An update came, and we didn't have to experience the whole world going bad thing. That's why people still say Legacy is better. And I'm not just being nostalgic when I say that. You really do get a more stable experience than most platforms when you open and play it now. Of course, a few texture glitches and errors. These are things that can happen to any game. Then the game came out on PlayStation 3 in 2013. It managed to exhibit similar performance there as well, and had a bigger advantage on PlayStation 3 because you didn't have to buy Xbox Live. You could just open your game, add your friend from PSN, and play together in multiplayer. But we haven't even gotten to one of the things that made the console version legendary. Because the real bombshell was the tutorial worlds. I know many of you aren't very interested in this, but even today, I wonder why they removed it. Because tutorial worlds weren't just educational, they were like theme parks. When we first enter games, they teach us how to play. Minecraft did this with tutorial worlds for Legacy Console Edition. With each update, the tutorial worlds changed. With each update, the mini quests and tasks within the tutorial worlds also changed. At least, as I said at the beginning of the video, the game gave us a certain feeling. The Legacy Console Edition somehow managed to fill that void. In the tutorial worlds, after finishing the tutorial, the rest of the map would unlock, and bam, a Minecraft exhibition space would appear before us. From net train portals to villages and fields, everything was meticulously prepared, providing console edition players with a unique narrative experience. Yes, I know many people play Minecraft because it gives them freedom, but it's also important to play a game on different platforms. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation Vita, new 3DS, Wii U, rather than just anywhere, like Skyrim did. This creates different experiences and feelings. And then there's the issue of limited worlds. Now, some people scoff at this. Minecraft means endless worlds. Okay, on paper, an infinite world sounds really cool, but the limited worlds in the console edition were something else entirely. If I remember correctly, the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 had roughly 864 by 864 block areas. Small? Yes. But the worlds were incredibly dense. Everything was located in a single world. When building the game with a balanced world, all your needs could be met within an 864 by 864 map. You didn't need to spend hours searching for an end portal. Of course, this is still a matter of preference, as some players don't complain much about it. But even in these limited worlds, the game managed to keep the feeling of what will appear next alive. The crafting system is a good example of this. For instance, instead of the classic 3x3 crafting, there was a console-specific menu. It had a categorized scrolling system that was easy to play with a controller. Memorizing recipes was deadly, yes, unfortunately, but it completely eliminated the anxiety of how am I going to do this? For new players, and the great thing is that they later managed to add classic crafting as an option. So those who wanted to could continue playing Sizer, and those who wanted to could continue playing with the new system. Now, since it was a console game, it also had DLCs. Instead of the content we see in the Minecraft Bedrock store today, where you go in and buy things, there were DLCs with their own concepts, themes, and skin packs. Skyrim DLC, Mass Effect DLC, Star Wars Old Trilogy DLC, Star Wars New Trilogy DLC. Each had its own unique appearance and maps. They had maps that you could follow based on a specific story and concept. It was quite fun for its time. Because there were no mods in the game, unfortunately, most console games didn't have mods back then anyway. So unlike the Java edition where you had to go to the site, upload, exit, and re-enter, in the console edition you could just go and choose with one click. Of course, like other console games, this one also had its own pay-to-get and free options, but it also had problems like pay to get my costume. In this regard, I think we should blame the console ecosystem more than the game itself. And of course, there are the mini-games. There are 3 mini-games in Minecraft Legacy Console Edition: Battle, Tumble, and Glide, Hunger Games, Splef, and Electra Races. Were these as deep as the massive servers in Java? No. But for console players, it's the first time they have a multiplayer experience where you can play even if you don't have friends. You don't need to search for servers. You don't need mods. You enter the battle minigame. You either create a game or join an existing one. Together, you play Hunger Games on great maps, excluding the DLCs that come with it. You play Splef, you play Electra Races. This was where the console edition, at least in the online aspect, reached its peak, because it completely eliminated the server problem. You're not setting up servers to play with your friends. You're not setting up servers to log in online. You're simplifying things a bit so that everyone can play and everyone can join. Of course, as a PC gamer myself, I set up Haymax servers. I played with my friends on local servers. I joined Hunger Games servers, but the game managed to save us from that. All you needed to do that was a controller, a TV, and a console. And after the game became quite popular, things started to go downhill a bit. In 2017, Mojang came out with the idea that since we have Minecraft Better Together Edition, we should have a single version. Everyone on every platform, PC, console, mobile, should play together in one version. The name sounds pretty cool. Better Together update on paper, it's a perfect idea. Crossplay is coming, servers are coming. Many of the things missing on consoles are being completed. Things that were getting complicated on PC are being simplified a bit. It's all being ported to Better Together. At first glance, it seems like the right move, but there are some differences between what's on paper and what's in practice. Because what we call the Clear Edition is actually a slightly larger version of the old Minecraft Pocket Edition. It's like expanding a mobile-designed game to consoles and PC. And this has some very unpleasant consequences on consoles. Bugs, glitches, performance problems, even that famous pink texture. The game gradually turns pink. It's like the screen is dying, saying goodbye while you're still playing. Yes, in some ways, Clear Edition gave higher FPS, but was it stable? Number? Was it smooth? Not really. Because the game crashed a lot, especially on consoles that were current at the time. Like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, the console would start lagging when you enabled a certain amount of gameplay. It would drop to 60 frames per second. The most annoying part is that after the Clear Edition came out, console legacy editions slowly started to die. At first, they said you could go back to the old version if you wanted. People are free. They can play whichever version they want. We're not forcing anyone. Mojang approached us with something like, "We'll continue to support it." But the decision had already been made because they wanted a single version and a single ecosystem, irrevocably. And on May 3rd, 2018, Mojang announced that the final major update for the Legacy Console Edition was coming. This update was the Aquatic Update. Yes, the seas, dolphins, tridents, and also the final tutorial world came to the Xbox 160, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and Wii U versions with this update. It didn't come to Xbox One because Xbox One and PlayStation 4 were moved to Berk. Nintendo Switch was also moved to Berk. But the PlayStation 4 Legacy version continued to live on for a little while longer. Even now, if you log in, you can play the old console version up to the Village and Pillage updates. On June 3rd, 2019, everything ended for the Legacy Console Edition. Those who bought new copies could no longer access this version. Only those who had purchased it previously could play it. I'm talking about those who played on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. Many players were seriously upset by this forced transition. It wasn't that anyone was specifically saying the Legacy Edition was bad, but people were saying, "I want to play the version I like. I don't want to switch to another version. I want this version to continue being supported." And the studio was right to some extent. They didn't want to make a dead investment in PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, consoles that were almost 15 years old at the time. Let me be honest here. In the long run, it was something that should have been done. Crossplay should have been allowed. If it hadn't been for that, Minecraft wouldn't be where it is today. I can't deny that I can play with my friends on different platforms today thanks to this Legacy Edition. But this quiet burial of Legacy Edition makes it less painful. Because the Console Edition was perhaps the version that gave us the feeling of a real game, a AAA game, on consoles. The interesting thing is that Legacy didn't completely die out because of the Console Edition. There's still a small but loyal community that specifically plays this version. People on YouTube and TikTok talk about and remember this version. I recently joined a PS Vita battle minigame, and surprisingly, I can still play with one or two other people. Even though years have passed and the game is considered abandoned, there are still people playing it, and I think that's very heartwarming. 4J Studios made some announcements, but they weren't really related to the Legacy Console Edition. They were testing the waters to see if anything new was coming, but even if nothing came, the Legacy Console Edition already did its job. It managed to connect a generation to Minecraft from their screens at home. It allowed a lot of people to play the game with their friends in the same house with controllers. So when I look at Minecraft Legacy Console Edition, I see this. This version was the peak of Minecraft's era for everyone. I admit we play it everywhere today thanks to Bedrick, but I think that feeling the Legacy Edition gave me is something I unfortunately can't get anymore, no matter where I play. I don't have a single answer as to which version of Minecraft is the best. Java is still at the top in terms of content. Bersha keeps both the community and the game alive thanks to accessibility and crossplay. These are true, but Legacy Console Edition is in a league of its own for me. When I played that version, Minecraft wasn't just a cross-platform service or a platform where I could mod and create something with multiple elements. It was simply a game. Less system complexity, less clutter, more flow, console-specific menus, split screens, tutorial words. Minigames all came together to create a truly vibrant experience. That's why I can't see Minecraft Legacy Console Edition as just another old Minecraft version. I see it as a special era in Minecraft history. More enjoyable, older, a more unique period. Isn't that why it's still talked about today? Okay, friends, we've reached the end of the video. What are your thoughts on Minecraft Legacy Console Edition? What's your favorite Minecraft version? You can give examples from Java versions, or you can say Pocket Edition 01004. Write your opinions in the comments. I'm curious about your thoughts. Thank you for watching the video this far. If you liked it, please like, and if you want, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video, the next piece of content, and the next Minecraft game. Take care. Have a good day and good games.